Okay, it says I'm recording. So welcome everybody. I know we've got a couple people on here, and I know some of you will be watching this recording. A question that was already brought up by Tammy is, will I need paper and pencil? Most of the time, yes. I'm always going to be giving you guys the key dates at the beginning, so that you guys have those every week, just kind of an update on dates. Of course, if you're driving and listening, please don't pull out your your paper and pencil. Do it later, or maybe if someone is nice enough that takes really great notes, maybe they'll take a picture of it and post it too, so people can get those key dates. For those of you that listen in and maybe are driving or doing dishes or working or doing something else, totally understandable. So everyone is muted, as I mentioned to them, but we'll do some time for Q&A for those of you that do hop on a little bit later. And at any time, if you want to, you can unmute yourself and then stop me and ask me a question or anything like that too. So first things first, is, if you've not seen by now, we have the Happy New Year incentive, which if you put in between January 6th and 21st of this month, if you put in $500 in PV, of any type, whether that's on a party or your own personal order, your marketplace order, all of that, you're going to total that up. And there are two, and I don't apologize, I don't have a picture right here, but there are two items, future items basically, that we're going to be able to purchase for $15. And one of them is a really cool backpack that is a thermal, and I think it's gorgeous. It's super on trend. I've seen some people posting other ones similar to it from like some really high valued, I'm not going to name any names, but some other purse and bag companies, and not direct sales. And anyways, they're really expensive, and ours is going to be a great price point as well. So there's a couple of items. I'm losing my train of, I'm forgetting what the other item even was, because that's the one I love the most. Oh, the Hello Happy.
February.
Yeah. The February's Hello Happy, which is also looks like it's going to be super cute. It's like a little pouch. It's in a box now, which is fun. A lot of us had asked for that because our customers seem to kind of expect that. You know, a lot of month-to-month things like this, Ipsy and some of the different ones that you can get, they come in a box. And as silly as that sounds, people like the box. So they did put it in a cute box this next time. It looked like it was some jewelry and a little trinket dish to put your jewelry in, and a couple cute things. So both of those for $15 is a major steal and a pretty cool incentive. The same dates, January 6th to the 21st, is also aligning our dollar enrollment, which I think is a beautiful thing. So not only do we get a chance at earning the $500 incentive, but so does she if she joins and gets her launch party going and all of that good stuff. In line with the dollar enrollment, sorry, I keep kicking the stand here, and the laptop's probably shaking on you guys. In line with the dollar enrollment, we have some opportunity events lined up. Now, if you've never done our opportunity events before, I do all of the work. You just go there and you just get your people there. Basically, it is, and this is some verbiage that you really want to use when you are talking to her about wanting to maybe just come check this event out. It is pressure free. And I promise you it is, and you better promise her that it is. You're going to ask her questions, and you're going to, continue the conversation with her, but we're never going to pressure her. So it's pressure free. And I also like to use the words to see if it's a good fit for her. And I'm really transparent with people. You guys know that. Transparency is my thing. It isn't for everyone, and I make sure she knows that too. And this is a great opportunity for her to see if it is. The entire event is, I start them at 8:31, and they usually run about an hour. And it's a little over 20 posts, if I remember right. A lot of reading, not super hard. I say a lot. It's not a lot. But it goes over everything she would want to know. It's all the common questions that get asked if you think you're going to join a direct sales company. And then, of course, it's geared specifically towards 31, with all the incentives and the perks and why she would join and what we have to offer and all of that. So with that, with the opportunity events too, and just the opportunity in general, I always love pointing out, because I know so many of you sometimes watching this, maybe you've never recruited before, and you're like, I don't know what I would do with a recruit. That's really awesome that it's $1, but what would I do with her? And I always like assuring everyone, that's my job still. Until you are a director, even my directors in training, And they know I've got their back still too. That is always number one. My job, or whoever your director is, if that's Shannon or Heather, if you're watching, that is our job to always help them. Now, if you can help with their launch party and you feel comfortable and things like that, more power to you. I want you to feel involved also. But I also want you to know that if you literally need to just step back, hands free, you don't feel comfortable helping her, that is also okay. She is always going to get my help. All right, so those dates for the opportunity events, we just had one Sunday. So if you're in the group, you're going to see those posts are up. I'll probably take them down maybe tonight if I think about it, or first thing tomorrow probably, because our next event is Thursday, January 9th. And basically through the 21st, we're going to hold them on Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday. And those dates look like January 9th, 12th, 15th, and it must be the 19th. Yes. So the 9th, the 12th, the 15th, and the 19th, and they all start at 8:31. Now, it is a pretty helpful if you're on the event, if you get people in there. You really want to, just like you would a Facebook party, be interacting with her. But if for some reason you can't, just make sure she knows that. I will help and make sure I do too, or whoever your upline is, so that we can help interact with her and answer those questions. And then she knows that later that night or the next morning or whenever it is that you can get on, you're going to be helping. You're going to be answering more questions and following up with her. But by all means, I don't want to discourage you from adding people because you have a nighttime job, or you're just busy every night, or you're putting the kids down at that time, or whatever it is. Okay, moving on with the calendar. As you all know, we have a pretty cool, I'm going to swear, we have a pretty cool event going on, and it is called the Badass Business Event, basically. And I did that because it wasn't just a booking blitz. I knew the dollar recruiting was coming. I knew we needed to book parties big time. And at the time it was started, we had the outlet sale, and it was after Christmas. And I knew some of you really wanted a January 10th paycheck, and you wanted to work that outlet sale. So if you've not already watched the live video in there, you really want to, because I've got some pretty cool giveaways that I'm doing. And I'd like to set some dates for when that event is actually going to end. I had it originally ending on the 9th, but I really at that time did not know exactly everything that 31 was rolling out to us. So with that said, we're going to continue the booking blitz until the 12th, which means I'm going to give you the weekend. You're going to have a Say Yes Friday in there, and you're going to have the weekend to continue to book parties. Keeping in mind, you want that incentive by the 21st. So you want to get those parties still on the books like ASAP. And sometimes the sense of urgency is actually what works. I am almost always saying when they book a party, all right, does next Monday or Tuesday work? And I do that for all of them, not just Facebook, for home parties too, because sometimes the quicker that you can get her to move, the more she's excited and she's ready and she'll do it. So keep that in mind. So we're going to go through the 12th with the booking blitz. For recruiting, we will of course continue that all the way through the 21st, because I want you to, be recruiting all the way up until midnight that night when it ends. So we'll go that far. So if you've not seen, I'm not even going to explain them here. I'm not going to take the time for that. If you've not seen that live video and you don't know what I'm talking about, huge giveaways that I personally am doing. So you really want to join that. Next on the list, I have a reminder for those of you that earned AMP last month. January 15th is when we should be able to get our next AMP, and that's always 60% off, and that does count. Keeping in mind that in your marketplace order does count towards that 500 PV and this month's AMP. So I was like throwing that in there too, making sure that you guys know that. Okay. So now getting into some more things that we have going on. Wednesday, January 8th, which is tomorrow, the new training that I'm doing. So I'm really going to try to stay consistent so you guys can keep holding me accountable, that we're going to do this on Tuesdays. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. we're going to do Talk to Me Tuesday. And if I'm talking to one of you, that is fine, because we're just going to hopefully have the recording that I will be able to use and post for everyone. But the more that are on, the more exciting it is too. So if you can be on, I love it, because we'll have some great Q&A and interaction at the end also. So the other thing I'm doing is on Wednesdays, I'm doing Work It Wednesdays. And so that's another thing I want to be held accountable for. Is I know that I have done a lot of training for all of you guys through the years, and some of you have been around for a while and some of you haven't. But I don't feel like it's all really organized. I don't feel like there's just one place that you can go and you can really dive in and learn all about bookings like we just did this last Wednesday. or recruiting or hostess coaching or follow-ups or fundraisers, and on and on and on the list goes. And I'm pretty certain and I haven't even sat down and made this list yet because I just haven't had time. I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants with it right now. And I'm doing the trainings that I know that I've done before and that I can pull out really easily. And some of them are going to take a little more work from me too. But I feel pretty confident that there's going to be 52. I feel very confident that there's going to be a lot, if not 52. And if you have any topic ideas, please tell me. I'm always looking for them too, because I really want to help you guys in every area possible. And the cool thing about this is that once the event is made, so we've got the bookings one now, it's pretty much done. I may throw a few things in there as I see some of my friends and colleagues post ideas, because I've asked in a lot of groups for their ideas, and they've been really helpful in giving me some feedback. And we're going to go over all of that today. That's going to be what today's focus is. So throughout the year, if I get a new booking tip, it's going to go in there. But what I'm really excited about is being able to pin all of these up at the top of the page so that every time someone new joins, they're also going to be able to find these. And if 6 weeks down the road, you're in a slump and you're like, oh my gosh, I need bookings right now. It doesn't matter. We don't have a booking blitz. I need them. I want you to be able to go to the top of the page, find that post, look at the bookings, and go in there and refresh and get some fresh ideas, because there's so many in there. You can't even implement them all right now if you wanted to. So that's the cool thing. So tomorrow's is recruiting. I've not completely decided what next Wednesdays will be, so stay tuned. But next Wednesdays will be another one. I also want to make sure that you guys realize that tonight, so these are going to be on the 7th, the 14th, the 21st, and the 28th are all watch parties. And I too am learning about these watch parties. I've had it on the back burner for a while now. I played around with it a little bit ago on my business page and my group page. And basically, in a nutshell, it's Janet Kincaid and Cindy do these wonderful videos for us. If you've never seen them, you need to at least be watching them because they are amazing. We really, honestly, I like to say having Janet Kincaid with our company is like having our own little Martha Stewart. If you've never seen her stuff, it's gorgeous. She is so amazing at being crafty and organizing and even just beautiful outfits and, you know, really matching her purses and all of that. So she does videos for us, and that's what these are. And then we can do on Facebook what's called a watch party. And so from your group or from your business page or from your personal page, you get to choose, and I'm playing around with that, so don't ask me where. Tonight I'm doing my group page, my group. I don't know where I'll do it next time. I'm just going to keep playing and seeing how much interaction I get. You can watch that party with your group. And the cool thing is you'll be in a little bubble up in the corner, and you can talk to them. You can pause it, I've heard. I don't know until I play around with it. But I'm going out of my comfort zone, and I'm trying something new tonight. So I hope that you guys will too. I'll keep you guys posted. I've made a few watch party posts, and I'll continue as I do this journey to kind of keep training you and teaching you guys on that as well. So tonight's is the laundry room. Next week's is the pantry. The weekend after is the week after, excuse me, they're always on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern also. The week after is the bathroom, and the week after that is your desktop. Okay, we've only got one more important date, and then we've got a couple tentative ones that I'm going to talk about. So conference, if you don't have it on your calendar, is January 24th to the 26th. Really hope that a lot of you will come. It's always such a blast. Not only do they spoil us and give us great training, but it's amazing girl time. I also would like to hold our own personal meetings. I would like to have a dream board one soon if anybody is interested, and I'm kicking around a few dates, so I'm not going to put that out here yet. I will put that on the team page, but I just guys want you to stay tuned. Then I'm going to try to have our own meetings, kind of maybe every other month of the CNCs and that sort of thing too. And then I also would like to have a spring retreat, more than likely sometime in May, so look for those dates soon too. Okay, I am going to open it up really quick because that was a lot on all of the dates. And I'm just going to say, does anybody have any questions on the dates or anything that they want to add to the dates?
No. It if she wants to go or not.
Say that again. I'm not sure who that was or if there was a question there.
It wasn't me.
Maybe Emily didn't mean it. Okay, I'm going to mute everybody so we can move on. Okay, so next up, we are going to I'm going to share my screen here in just a minute. We are going to kind of whip through. I'm not going to go word for word, obviously, through the booking event that we just got, but I want to kind of add a few key points. I want to share with you guys that I just did one of them brand new and how well it's working for me and some of my stats. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm getting it ready for you guys first. Okay. Sorry, I'm kind of having technical difficulties here for some reason. Why is this? Can you see my screen? Can you see my Facebook? Is that what you guys see right now? Oh, I can't hear you.
Yes.
Yes, perfect. Okay.
You can see it.
Thank you. All right. Here we go. So if you did not find the bookings events, you're always going to find them under events. I'm on the laptop, but I know on your phone it will show past events. Sometimes you have to go to the calendar. There's a couple different ways to find them, but that's always where you're going to find them. So we're going to scroll through here really quickly so that we can get to some Q&A. And like I said, there's just kind of a few that I want to really dabble in a little more than others. So first of all, if you've never seen my, oh look, I'm wearing the same sweater. If you've never seen my sliding down the mountain versus climbing video, I strongly recommend that you watch it. I will tell you, because I have trained myself so well to really do sliding down the mountain versus climbing, I am always getting club members. And I know a lot of you are always asking, how do I get so many club members? How do I get club members? And in fact, I'm going to show you one of the things that I did today, and most people would just be booking parties off of it, and I got 3 club members today. So it's a mindset, and it's a practice makes perfect. It did not come to me easy at first either, I assure you. But like I said, now it is just the way my mind works and the way I talk and think. So all right, moving forward, we're just going to fly through this because this is all talking about Franks. But I will say that just I always like to remind people about Franks. Your Franks should be changing every month. You are constantly going to be taking people off of there that gave you a flat out no, or that you just know something about their life. Maybe you're going to move them to another list, and you're always filtering in and adding new people. So just because we're not new does not mean that we don't constantly need to be re-evaluating and redoing our Franks. The 100 no's, until you feel really comfortable hearing no, I always say this is another good one to keep recapping. And that takes time also. That is practice makes perfect. For a long time, the word no feels ducky to us and we don't like it. At this point in my journey with 31, I could care less when they tell me no. In fact, I kind of laugh because I get a lot of them that are really, very apologetic, and I'm always like, you don't need to apologize to me. You don't have to have a party. Like, I'm not forcing you. But I say, but that's a perfect opportunity. If I'm asking for the party, that I say, but you might like my club. So, it's just like I said, it's always looking for another little outlet to keep the conversation going. So we're going to slide through all of that. Same with the memory joggers. We're still just looking at all the types of Franks. I always like this one. A lot of people ask me who to ask, and I'm really not kidding when I say, are they breathing? Do they have a pulse? Seriously, you can't prejudge. You have to ask everyone. You never really know. And this talks about, who may need 31, but seriously, they may need 31. I'm not just saying for joining. They may need it to organize their house right now. They may need it because their purse is 13 years old. They may need it because they have not seen friends and had girl time in so long. So I joke about that one, but I mean it with sincerity. Scavenger hunt, here's another one. So when your Franks list starts to feel dry and here's another one that's just giving you ideas to keep thinking, I'm going to quickly go back to that one. Between that list and these right here, ladies, you have no excuse to not keep adding to your Franks, because every time I click on these, I look at it personally and can go, oh my gosh, I've never asked the people who work in my dental office, or, you know, just something. You're always going to think of someone that you did not ask before when you use those memory joggers. All right. So now we're going to get into some party ideas. This one I think is super easy. I do see Applebee's right now has a $1 drink. Every month they have a $1 drink. Sometimes it's $2. I'm not saying that's where it has to be, but that's just a great place, and it's super easy. Have her have, you know, 5 guests and they each bring a friend, or 3 guests and they each bring a friend. You know, there's all kinds of number combinations that you can do there, but that's super easy. Do it mystery hostess, gets you out of the house, get you practicing showing product. Texting parties, I've not been doing these as of recent, so I apologize. I haven't seen any graphics, and quite frankly, I'm the one that usually makes the graphics. And so it's just an extra thing to me when I'm sliding down the mountain sometimes. It's that girl that, she really wants maybe the Cindy Toad or something a little bit bigger, but you are just not getting her to have a party, basically. I don't use this out of the gate. I, of course, try to do the home party and the Facebook party first, or even the catalog party. But like I said, it's that girl that you basically are trying to convince her, like, could you just collect a few orders? And then you ask her about if you think maybe she could do the texting party. And you explain to her that that's going to help her. You're going to be able to help ask for orders as opposed to her. This is always good, especially for our new girls. But even those of us that get in a rut sometimes, who are your ride or die? Who would help you out no matter what? Some more memory joggers. Okay. So there are 2 or 3 really big ones right now that I want to focus on, that I really want you guys to pick one of, basically, and we roll with. And you can't do all of these. You're going to have to pick one. And this is number 1. This is one of the ideas. This is taking, I did have my bags right here, but I do actually. So this is taking 12 gift bags. You can do more, you can do less. But the idea is however many gift bags you have is how many giveaways you have. And you need to watch this video to really probably fully understand it if you haven't. But one of the things that I always like adding, that I really want to make clear with Samantha's video, is that you have to play this one up for a day or 2 at least. You have to email your back office with a picture of all 12 items saying, I'm getting ready to do my biggest giveaway ever. It's valued at $200 and some dollars, or $100 and some dollars, or $300, or whatever it is, okay? You have to really play it up in your customer group, send those emails, send some messages, that sort of thing, get people really hyped that you're going to go live on such and such night at such and such time to do this huge giveaway before you do this, okay? And then you've got to be patient, and you got to know that if you build it, they will come. And as far as giveaways go, we have a catalog that just retired, so I'm guessing you probably have some items from that. If you don't, the $20 mystery bags always have some pretty decent items in the back office, extra specials, anything that you can get rid of. You can even throw in some gift certificates, some coupons. You can be creative. So that's one of the ones that I'd really love to challenge you guys to pick. Here's the second one, and then the third one is the one that I actually just did. I've done all of these, but the one that I just did recently, I should say, I've had great success with the bag ones. I will tell you, all of these are not something that you want to do monthly either. You could pick a different one every month, but you've got to change it up, and because they're going to start to just remember and get a little bored and not play along, if that makes sense. It's not that they necessarily don't like them, it's just a little too predictable. So this one, it's kind of the same idea. You just don't have the bags in front of you, basically, and you're not giving away huge prizes like that. You kind of get to pick whatever you want. So and one of them is basically a big item. So you might have, say, in your stash, a rolling weekender from forever ago that maybe you want to get rid of. That's a big one, and you're like, oh my gosh, if this is going to help me book some parties, let's do this. You might have you know, a large utility tote even that you just want to get rid of. You may just have some wishes that you could get rid of $50. You may just want to use your marketplace and say, that she's going to get a $25 gift card, but you know, like you're going to use your marketplace, so you wouldn't spend as much. There's all kinds of creative ways you can do this. You might have some extra credit on a party, but the point is that on this one, you've got all these fun graphics, and behind, if you were to use this snowman, behind one of them, you've already picked. Mine would be number 7. I'll tell on myself. Number 7 is my lucky number, so that's where my big prize would be. Now, sometimes I'd have to not be predictable, but then under the rest of them are little prizes, key fobs, free shipping, so on and so forth. And with this one, they are getting, sorry, alarms keep going on. If they collect, basically, to get one of these, they have to have done some tasks. Basically, we'll click on this one. So if they want one, they're going to comment me, and then you're going to wait a few days before or a day or so before you do it, before you actually draw. But you're going to tell them that they get to, and so for this one, it was a small one. Not a lot of people are going to get to pick. You might want to have more snowmen than that if you get a lot of people, if you think a lot of people are going to play. You can always just repeat it too. But basically, they get more picks. So this says elves, but we'll pretend it's snowmen. If they book a home party, they're going to get to pick 3 snowmen. If they book a Facebook party, 2, and so on and so forth. So they may get more and more little prizes basically by doing those tasks, but you're going to get, I know some people who have done this one just recently, and they had huge success. So read through the instructions. That was in a nutshell. Hopefully you'll understand it. Same with the other one. Watch the video. Now here is the one that I just did, and I'm excited to tell you guys my stats. So this one, you're going to post one of these graphics. There are 31 numbers that they get to pick from, and they just get to pick a random one. And then you're going to message them simply. So you're giving them all the directions, and then you are going to message them, and where is it at? Right here. So it just says, eek, oh my gosh, the number you selected was number 3. You want a large utility tote or zip top utility tote for $3. Clearly, I am eating the rest of that. If they book, they have to book a party before. This says July 31st, but you would of course put January 31st. And this is in addition to all of their regular hostess rewards. Now you can pick what this giveaway is. Do not give away the bank if you don't have it. Keeping in mind they actually get to pick this one, so they get to design it. But utilize that marketplace, ladies. Utilize free stash that you have coming on your own parties, that sort of thing. Or just know that even though, meeting's gonna end in 10 minutes, so we got to keep going. We're getting close though. We're doing good. Even though for this one in particular, $3 off of 35 is 32, but 25% of it is, you know, whatever that is. You know what I mean? You do the math. 40% of it, if I'm doing marketplace, sometimes to me that is just worth it if she books a party, especially because I'm requiring her to have $200 party. Okay, so really quick, I want to tell you guys my stats so far, and I'm not even done. I'm having some great conversations with probably half a dozen people that we'll see what it amounts to. But so far, I have gotten 3 parties booked, 3 that are joining the club, and 1 more that is thinking about the club. And that is just from playing this easy peasy game. So super easy. I'm pretty excited about. I think we are almost to the top of this event. Yes, and then we're going to go more into just how I book parties on Facebook parties, how I book parties. Here's some more Facebook party ideas. This is a really good one. This is so many different ways to party outside of the box. So if you have not read this one, and this is one that you really honestly want to look at almost every month, because there are going to be things in here that you're like, oh my gosh, I've never done that, or I haven't done that in 6 months. I should try that again. And they are fun. A lot of these will help bring fun into your business. And who doesn't want fun, ladies? Come on, don't we all? Some conversations, for some booking conversations to kind of help you. Please make sure you make them your own, though. Some of these are dry, but they're just ideas. And then there were some ideas back there. We missed them, I think. Thought there was some how to book at the home party. I might have just flew by them. I think they're there. I'm going to unmute you guys. I'm pretty sure, or if you guys would like to unmute now, because we're going to do Q&A. I would love to hear. I'm going to get out of the, don't need to share anymore. Can you see me now again? Am I back?
No, you're still a little bitty picture in the corner.
Hmm.
Oh, there. I just clicked on your picture and you're
And
there.
I'm back. Okay.
Yes.
So any questions or anybody want to brag even about bookings or something cool that they've done or anything like that? I would love to hear from you guys.
Well, I mean, I posted about my bookings already. The one I got for the catalog party.
Yes.
She's very excited about that. Her daughter was eyeing my crossbody organizing coat or crossbody organizer, the black and white one.
Yes.
And so her daughter's looking at that. And then I've got the event on Saturday at the Swartz Creek Performing Arts Center. I think that's going to be huge because they've got like 50 or 60 vendors that are going to be there.
Nice.
So, and it's a fundraiser for their Performing Arts Center, so I think that's going to be good. And I
Get
think
there
the weather's
as
going to be good.
early. Get there as early as you can to set up, and schmooze with the other vendors is one of my #1 tips. That is where I book the most parties from.
Yeah, and that's what. Well, that's where I've got one party, and then I've got another one that she's going to call me in a couple of days. The one that the catalog party,
Yep.
and the one that the lady's calling me back. Those were both from the Durand Band Boosters event back in December.
Nice.
So that'll be kind of good. And then, like I said, I've got four for a club. So I've got 2 others I'm going to contact. I just was busy this week and I didn't get a chance to contact them. It was late by the time I could have gotten in touch with them.
Right.
The Galentine's thing that you were talking about,
Yeah.
was that the one that you just, no, you did the one with the snowman,
I did
right?
numbers, but the Galentine's one is really cool too. That's the snowman. And then there's a whole bunch of other graphics. There's one for, like you said, a Valentine's one, and some shamrock, like a shamrock lucky one. And you could honestly just Google and you're going to find these type of pictures. It's really not hard. I mean, the point is just, they don't really even have to be numbered. I mean, they're just going to message you. They pick the pumpkin and the candy corn, you know, I mean, it's pretty easy peasy when you look at it too. So.
And I don't know if this is something you've ever done, but I was thinking about maybe doing some type of anti Super Bowl party.
Yes. I have not. Yes.
We only watch the Super Bowl for the commercials. So.
Right. Right. Have the girls over. Have a girl time. The boys watch the game and the girls watch the commercials and 31 and drink wine and have fun. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I hope that this helps you guys. I hope that every week having these trainings is something that is beneficial. And I hope just kind of going over key dates every week and kind of just being accountable. Every week will look different because it will always be a different training and a different topic. And we'll always be able to kind of revisit. So next week, as far as accountability goes, I want to know which one, if you are watching this by next week, I want to know which one of the something new that you tried from this bookings event. I would love to see it be one of those 3 that I highlighted at the end, but quite frankly, anything from this event would make me happy. I would love to just see everyone try something new from this event. Don't get disappointed if it doesn't work either, because we have to keep trying things. Just like tonight, I may do this watch party and it may be a flop, but I have to get out of my comfort zone and try things. I always like reminding you guys that. And then the next week, what new thing are you going to try? You know, there's just, you've always got to be pushing yourself outside a little bit and get uncomfortable before you find things that click and that you like and before they work too. So, all right, it is telling me that we have about 3.5 minutes. So unless there's any other questions or anything else pressing, I am going to keep it short so that when people watch the video, it's not long either. Anybody have anything else they want to add?
All right. There's a lot of good ideas.
Thank you. I look forward to working on the training for tomorrow night's recruiting and talking with you guys next week about recruiting. And hopefully by then we all have a whole bunch more parties booked and recruits signing up. So bye, guys.
Bye.